Hello, everyone. We are a quarter of the way into this, Dr. Wayne Dyer's 25th principle here on the 101 Fabulous Principles of How to Live Your Life. Yes, part 25. Here we are talking about addiction today. Okay, he says that the best way to deal with addiction is to turn over the problem to God, the higher self, etc. Turn the problem over to the universe and allow it to solve it through you. Now, this may sound like a horrible piece of advice because people are like, what do you mean? Let go of control? I mean, what the hell? Like, I'm addicted to this kind of thing to at least some degree, so, like, how am I gonna get rid of it by just turning it over to somebody else? So there's a little bit to read into this one, but first off, I want to just talk a little bit about addiction. So addiction these days, be it alcohol, be it cigarettes, be it like vaping, be it, sex addiction, video game addiction, whatever kind of addiction people have, okay? Drug addiction, the list goes on and on. There's so many addictions that are like up for debate in the DSM-5 of what this should be psychologically as an addiction. But outside of that, addiction really stems from people wanting to feel good because they can't get that feeling out of their normal life. Now, you shoot heroin into anybody, they're pretty quickly going to become addicted to it. Now, almost every case, not every case, but almost every case, okay? Because it's just a chemical, kind of reaction there. But people really turn to drugs and really turn to addictions that really get a lot worse, just outside of the genetic perspective, outside of just, chemicals and genetics. Outside of that, a lot of people really turn to addictive behaviors and get worse from their psychological point of view just because they don't have that kind of passion, that energy in their life. They don't have things they love to do that give them meaning, that give them that feeling of importance. So people really turn to those things, and the addictions naturally get worse when that's the case. Now, this is not the source of all addictions, but it's the source of many of them. So I wanted to clarify that before we dig into why is it important to turn this over to a higher power. So your beliefs in a higher power are very debatable. Do you believe in a God? Do you not? Do you believe the universe is useful? Do you believe in the subconscious mind? Whatever the case, okay? I would say stick with a more scientific approach here, but whatever your beliefs are, that's all good for you. You believe what you want to believe, okay? So when it comes to addiction, he's saying, okay, what you need to do is you need to stop having this hating behavior on yourself. Because so many people, as soon as they turn to an addiction, they're like, I can't believe you did that, They're just they have this buildup, this need for this release, and then when they finally get it, they feel guilty about it, basically. They feel like, how could I have, relapsed? How could I have done this? How have I could have, done that? And he's saying, no matter what it is, be it a small addiction that's just being a small pestering kind of thing, or be it a large addiction, what you need to do to fix it is to stop saying, okay, I'm going to just do this myself. And instead say, I'm going to turn it over to my subconscious mind or this higher power or whatever. I'm just going to say, this problem can be solved by, this higher self. So when you let go of the it's kind of like letting go of the illusion of control. When you let it go, you actually gain more control. So when you're more detached from things, for example, you have an easier time with them and you can enjoy them more. It's a pretty funny equation when it comes to control. Basically, the tighter you wind the rope of control, the more you choke yourself with it. But the looser you leave it, then the more control you actually have. So it's kind of like a need for control that people just can't control in the case of addiction. People are just like, oh, I really need this, I really need this, I really need this. But actually, when you turn it over to the higher power, to the subconscious mind, as I would advise here, when you put it onto the subconscious mind, it gives the subconscious mind a lot more leeway to solve it. You don't feel all this pressure like, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this right now. The yips, the choke syndromes, all that kind of stuff. No. As soon as you can turn it over to somebody, put that responsibility onto your subconscious mind. Just believe you can do it. It's the belief that really does it. When you believe, oh, because my subconscious mind, my, higher power, etc., has that, I can now let it go. As soon as you can believe it, have that belief in there and not just the need for it, that's when you can really change your life when it comes to addiction. At least that's what Dr. Wayne Dyer is saying here in my interpretation, but I'd like to see how you guys interpret this one. That's part 25. We're almost a quarter, technically, into this one, because 25 parts out of 101, it's just a fourth of video short of a quarter. So anyway, I will see you guys next time with the next video, part 26. So thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye.